Welcome back, everybody, to the World Series. It's going to be Pittsburgh versus Baltimore, and this is so unexpected and delightful to be able to challenge for the big trophy. This year, of all years, it was very, very unexpected and not likely for us to get here, but we have scraped, scrapped, bruised, and battled to get all the way here, and it could not be against a more ironic matchup. We are facing Baltimore, which is my favorite baseball team in real life, and this one should be set up for a doozy. We've got Paul Skeens versus Kyle Bradish. We begin in Baltimore with a two-game stretch. Skeens versus Bradish, Abbott versus Valdez for Game 2 on that Saturday game, and then we get a day off before coming home. It's a three-game stretch. Shane Baz will begin the game in Game 3, and then we'll see what happens. But for now, it's Baltimore versus Pittsburgh, and we're starting in Camden Yards. One of my favorite ballparks as well. The Orioles really have a lot going on that I like. Not this year, of course. In real life, the team is floundering. But look at that sea of orange, my favorite color as well. Lots of really, really cool stuff that hits home for me. And there's our peak World Series championship trophy right there. It's going to be a good one, I think. Best of 7 to determine who is the best team in baseball this year, and we are challenging for it, despite all odds against us. The record in the postseason looks favorable for us. We do score less runs per game, but we have a lot better ERA. The whip is better. Opponent average is lower. I think that our pitching should be a step above Baltimore. Kyle Bradish with a 5-pitch mix is getting the start here in Game 1. I've got O'Neal Cruz leading off, and we will watch the very first ball of the World Series, followed up with Ball 2. Now, this matchup is also interesting for another reason. It's actually a rematch of the 1979 World Series championship where the Baltimore Orioles and the Pittsburgh Pirates met. And it was a good one. And that even, in fact, was a rematch of the 1971 World Series. So, in 1979, that was actually the very last time that the Pittsburgh Pirates won a World Series. It was done in 7 games. It took all of them to get there. And they are the 4th team in World Series history to come back from 3 games to 1 to win the series. So hopefully we don't start on that same route, but winning in Game 7 in 1979 was an incredible thing for the Pirates to achieve, and hopefully we can get this done a little bit quicker than that and with a little less adversity. We've got Brian Reynolds at the plate now, 1-2 against Kyle Bradish, as with our pitching, oh wow, really got me on the timing there on the sort of change. With our pitching looking like it's going to be better, and with our ace, Paul Skeens, getting the start today in Game 1, we're going to start from a position of strength as far as the rotation goes. We ended our series versus the Dodgers a game early. It did take all 7 for Baltimore to knock out their opponent, so we could have a better rested bullpen going into the series here, and we'll take our first base runner on the walk. The inning is not going to go out easily, at least not yet. And Jack Sawinski batting 4th today. He's going to watch that ball come inside. It's now 3-0. Colson Montgomery set to go at bat next. He's on deck. And we took the first strike. It's a 4-seamer, kind of a 50-50 ball on the outer edge, so we'll see. But right now, Sawinski's set up with a good count. Man, another take that I'm okay with taking. That sinker just barely catches the bottom of the zone. Counts run full. I'd like to, when we can, make them earn their outs. And we wait. The timing there was slightly early on the 12 curve. It goes back deep in right center field, and it's off the wall. There we go. Jack Sawinski with a 2-out RBI double, and we have struck the very first run of the World Series. Let's go. Man in scoring position for Colson Montgomery now. Got to get that average up if he wants to contribute here. Max Schumann on deck, not much better with his average, both singularly and with runners in scoring position. But Colson Montgomery and Schumann have both had a few moments Again, we'll make him work here as the count is now full. This is pitch number 27, so a long first inning for Kyle Bradish, and all's going to a plan so far. Perfectly hit, and it goes past Gunnar Henderson, way out into center field. Cannot quite pick that up cleanly, but Montgomery, with his speed, is going to try third, and he's there. An RBI triple with 2 outs, as Montgomery does find a big way to contribute and get his name and the Pirates on the board. 2-0 now off of the triple. Count is 1-2 against Schumann. Pitch number 31 from Bradish, and Schumann's underneath it. Just late on the timing of that slider near the center of the zone, and Rutschman will bring it down to end the first inning. Paul Skeens, meanwhile, out onto the mound as he is ready to go for his 4th start of the postseason. He's got a 2-0 record with a 1.5 ERA over 24 innings pitched. He has been dominant, and he has lived up to the ace reputation and expectation. Jordan Westberg is leading off for Baltimore today, and he's got a 6.3 WAR throughout the 2026 season. And then here in the postseason, he's averaging 302. Very dangerous, but a beautiful sinker down and in the zone makes Westberg swing for strike number 2. Here we go, targeting outside. Got him on the sweeper. Just barely, maybe an inch outside the zone down there. Very tough. And it's 0-1 against Jung-Hoo Lee. I've decided I am going to just say Jung. I still have not looked up that pronunciation. No disrespect, but it's just hard for me to remember so many guys and how they're pronounced. I'm just not good at it. I accept it as a weakness. Let's move on. It's 0-2 against Gunnar Henderson as we've got our second out. And out number 3 is right there with a curveball on the outer edge. Fantastic start as we got a hot 2-run lead to begin the game. Skeens got out of it cleanly. Horowitz hit well, and that does drop down a line drive into right field. And this time we've got a leadoff base runner. Jared Triolo now in the 8th spot, averaging 167, and that gets through. It bounces off of second base, and it's played there, but plenty of time to get over to first, and a little unorthodox, but that is a base hit, literally. 2-2 now to Luis Arraez, and I have him in the 9 spot based on his lack of consistent production. And with us facing a righty right now, he should do better, but I just have not been able to trust him. And he'll strike out there as we make the bad choice to swing at that pitch. 2-2 against Cruz, but he hits it directly to Henderson. The throw over to second's not in time, as luckily it's heads-up base running to get back to the bag. And Brian Reynolds with 2 men on and 2 out now. He hits a dribbler, and Gunner's got it, which means we are out. 2 men stranded here in the top of the second. Going to the bottom now as Colton Cowser is up to the plate, 1-2 against Skeens. And a beautiful curveball again. We've got it firing exactly where we want it. And that's another strikeout for Skeens. 2-1 against Kobe Mayo, fighting to stay above 200, and it will not work. He was averaging 196 before that out, so it will drop. 2 down, and now Tyler O'Neill, who's been a big threat in the postseason with a 318 average. 0-2 against him, Skeens, and we get it grounded to Horowitz. I think we will beat him in the foot race, and yeah, we do. 2 innings down for Paul Skeens, looking very good. Joey Bart now at the plate, 0-2 against Bradish. The energy is less than 50%, and that's a big swing and a miss on the slider. Could not grab a piece of that. Strikeout number 3 for Bradish, and it's 1-0 now against Sawinski. The plan to work that count so far has been working. Sawinski will get that through into left field. We've got a 1-out base runner. We put a lot of pressure on Kyle Bradish so far. I'm very happy about that. It's 1-1 against Montgomery. He's already got a hit today. He hits that one well, and he'll have number 2. A line drive to right field. They throw over, but we're not attempting third, so we've got 2 men on with 1 out now. Middle of the lineup for Schumann, and that's an easy take inside on the circle change. And let's see, I'm wondering now with the pitcher analysis if I can see, because Bradish has thrown a lot of balls. Yeah, look at all these that we've taken outside the zone. He's missing a lot down, both in and out, mainly trying to keep it down, so he could be hunting for just ground balls or double plays, as we have had some base runners. Could be strategy, could just be missing, not really knowing for sure, but still a cool graphic to pull up. I don't do that often, but I thought it would be interesting. And Schumann will lift that high and deep to right field, going back, and it is pulled down right on the warning track. Runner was waiting on the bag, so we advance to third, and we've got men on the corners now with 2 outs for Spencer Horwitz. He has already gotten a hit today. 1-1 against him. We hit that well. Oh, Bradish with a spinning pirouette is able to snag it, and luckily the pitcher can field a little bit, and they wiggle out of that jam. Paul Skeens versus Mountcastle now as we miss in the middle of the zone. Sawinski racing against it. Cannot get there in time. It's fair. Off of the wall in right field. Triolo to second, and he's safe. Mountcastle with a lead-off double. And now Rutschman. He will lift that into shallow center field for O'Neill Cruz. We will play it, and that's out number 1. Mountcastle forced to run back to the bag. Jorge Mateo now 0-2 against him. And he hits that well. Montgomery playing it. The throw over, and we've got him. Very important to keep Mateo off of the base paths. He's got 99 speed. Jordan Westberg then weakly hits it through, and Montgomery can't get it. Mountcastle's going to be on the way home. A cruise missile coming after him, and he doesn't get it. Baltimore, with 2 outs, has cut the lead in half. It's now 2-1 thanks to Jordan Westberg. Jung-Hoo Lee now to left field for Brian Reynolds, and we've got it. And we will end third with the lead still intact, but Baltimore's closer. Jared Triolo now, top of the 4th. And he's underneath it. Just late on the timing, despite the bat being in the green area there, but to pop up to center field regardless of what that graphic shows. Luis Ariz now will get his second opportunity, and his average is down to 175. Hits that, and Bradish fields it again. Just picked it right up between the legs, and that's 2 outs. Lineup will turn over for the 3rd time. And Cruz hits that well. It's going back. It's going deep center field, and they've got it again. Another long out. Baltimore remains 1 run behind. I thought that had a chance for a moment, but no. Hunter Henderson will swing and miss at that. Bart will go to first. And with the assist there, we've got another strikeout. Skeens so far has not faced that much adversity. It's 1-2 against Cowser. And we got him on a 100-mile-an-hour fastball, low and in. Strikeout number 5. And Kobe Mayo comes back around. 191, that average has dropped down to. Hits that one well, though, and that will be a line drive single with 2 outs to Sawinski in right field. Tyler O'Neill back to the plate. 0 for 1. 0-2 against him. He's underneath that one. We got away with that a little bit. Got to be very careful against O'Neill. Montgomery playing in shallow left will end the 4th inning for us, though. And Baltimore will opt to bring in Keegan Aiken. Looks to be elite right now in the postseason through 6 games and 8 innings. He has not been scored on. Righties have not secured a hit. And Brian Reynolds will switch over to that side of the plate against him. See if we can shake up that average. Watches ball 1 below the zone. Very happy to have a reliever here as early as the top of the 5th inning. And if we can drain Keegan Aiken on the mound, then maybe he won't be used later in the series. Brian Reynolds to left center field, and no, it hangs just a bit much. We don't find a gap, and O'Neill is there out in the left. All right, how does Joey Bart fare? He's underneath that one, just late again in the green zone, but he lifts it up to right field, and that's another out. 2 down now for Jack Sawinski. Only 5 pitches. It's taken Keegan Aiken. He lifts that deep to right field, going back again, and they've got it. We just cannot get these balls to go fast enough or far enough. They keep getting us out there on that warning track or near it. Mountcastle 0-2 and got him on the sweeper. Skeens continues to get the Ks. It's really cool. I like that. It's exactly what you expect from them, too. I mean, you really do. And Triolo is going to field that and throw it to first, and we've got Rutsch for the second out. And Mateo comes back around, 0-1 against him. Oh, that was a miss, but Reynolds, tracking to his right, will grab it in left field, and that's 5 innings down for Skeens. 1-0 now against Colson Montgomery. Keegan Aiken still here after a very quick 5th inning for him, and the top of the 6th starts in the same way. All right, 2-2 against Schumann. Wow. Slider comes in after him, but does not get him. Count is full now. Spencer Horowitz on deck. He will see the plate this inning. There's only 1 out. Let's go. Oh, difficult take. Thought it was going a little higher up than that, but Schumann watches. Strike 3. And now, Spencer Horowitz, 1-2. But Keegan Aiken, his energy, this is what I'm talking about. It's in the yellow now. He is fatigued officially. And we fight to stay alive as it's 1-2 off of the foul ball still. Very early on that timing. Whenever you switch pitchers, you got to get used to another one. And we're finally making him work a little bit more. It's 2-2 now against Horowitz. That was pitch number 21. So I like that we pulled a reliever in early, especially one of their really good ones. We're protecting the lead right now. But the further that we can use their bullpen and weaken it, the less likely we'll see these guys again. For the 7-game series, Keegan Aiken will have time to rest, and I know that we'll see him, but if we push it to where he only appears, maybe one more time in the series, if we go to game 4 and he comes back, we can try this again. But if we can knock him out for a game or 2, it'll be well worth it. Skeens is going to have to get this out himself, and he does so. To begin the bottom of the 6th, he gets Jordan Westburg. Jung-Hoo Lee back to the plate now. 0 for 2 today. And we just barely missed 99, a 50-50 ball on the bottom of the zone. It's 1-0. Skeens delivers. And no! Lee with a no-doubter! He said, "What's my name?" And it goes off the foul pole. Yeah. We get the no-doubt animation, so I knew that was going to be a home run anyways, but there was a moment of doubt there at the end where I thought maybe it was going to keep going right and track foul. But nope. It rings the foul pole, and Baltimore has now tied this game. It's 2-2 with Gunnar Henderson up to the plate, 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. Skeens misses directly in the center of the zone, but O'Neal Cruz, running deeper into center field, will track that down, and that's out number 2. Way to recover. Colton Cowser now at the plate. Energy still in green for Skeens, so we do have a little bit more room to use him. And Cowser will do nearly an identical hit right there into center field for Cruz. End of the 6th. Game all tied, though, thanks to Jung-Hoo Lee. And Baltimore will opt for another change, this time bringing in Felix Bautista earlier than you would be used to seeing this man. He is no longer the primary closer for Baltimore. He's in that setup role. And then top of the 7th, with such a tight game, he's going to be called on to do this. It's 1-2 against Jared Triolo. 8-9-1 due up in the top of the 7th here against Bautista. And nope, gets us under the zone with that splitter. That is going to be the first out. Triolo is down. In the 9th spot, Luis Arraez against a righty on the mound. I will leave him in, but he's 0 for 2 today. And this might be the last time he gets a plate appearance in this game. So, come on, man. You got to get that average up. You've got one job, and that's to get on base. And, well, he'll do it in a different way this time by drawing the walk, but I'll still take that. Again, working the counts, getting these guys tired. I want to take a look now at a possible substitution for Arraez on the base path. He's the DH. We can change it at will. So I'm looking for somebody with high speed, and right now Nick Gonzalez has the highest, 85. So he will take the place of Luis Arraez on first base. If they do bat back around, depending on the situation, he'll take an at-bat. But right now I want that speed, and it's there with 1 out. We'll watch that ball outside, and Cruz is ahead now, 3-1. We are making Bautista work. It's going to be pitch number 14. And we could possibly threaten even further. We will watch strike 2. I want them to earn every out as long as we can. I am still taking bad pitches and, swinging at bad pitches, but not this time. We'll watch ball 4 as the slider misses under the zone. And that's 2 walks in a row from Bautista. For a man who throws with such precision and speed, wow, really tripped me up there on the slider. It's sometimes hard to change speeds like that, you know. That's one of the biggest challenges in getting used to a different pitcher, both in real life and when you're playing this game. It's very difficult when they switch up somebody. They've got a totally different delivery, timing, and wow, Brian Reynolds gets sat down on the slider, and there's 2 outs now with 2 men on. Batista does what he needs to try to get out of this situation. Joey Bart watches ball 2 to even up the count. Final chance here. Righty versus righty. Not a favorable matchup. And that goes way outside. The slider misses. Jack Sawinski on deck. Can you imagine the goosebumps moment if we can get to him and he can do something? It's a full count to Bart. We'll have to see what happens. Oh, I checked it, and we take ball 4. That is 3 walks from Felix Bautista. As there is a potential meltdown. His energy severely depleted in the yellow. And Sawinski now, lefty-righty matchup, swinging because that's near dead center of the zone. We were early on it, but that's a very good pitch to hit. We watched ball 1 outside. And they still, I'm surprised they haven't taken Bautista. They still have him on the mound. It's a little surprising now. He's gotten 2 outs, but 3 walks is very concerning. We miss on the splitter. Bautista's ahead 1-2. This will be pitch number 28. We are drilling these relievers since they've come in. 1-2. Another good one to go after, but at 99, Sawinski only fouls it away. How was the timing there? Yeah, late on that. Okay. That was another good one, though. Could have taken that to right field. All right, 1-2 one more time. No! We missed the splitter as Bautista, putting himself in peril, is able to wiggle out of it. And because we've been able to get into their bullpen so quickly, I want to try to extend. And no, we can't get there. Sawinski attempting to get just, a half a mile an hour quicker than he probably would have. Montgomery can't field that. But anyways, Skeens, I was going to try to let him go, but he's got yellow on his energy now. He is fatigued. I know the confidence is high, but it's the World Series. We've given up 2. It's a tie game. I'm going to get him out of there. We're going to go ahead and call in Carmen Majinski. Now, his ERA looks ugly here, but he has had a very good track record outside of these 3 2/3 innings in the postseason. So I think that could be a little bit of an illusion with the ERA, and we're going to see what he can do. 1 man on for Tyler O'Neill. And the very first pitch, come on, man. A no-doubter into right field. 2 runs come across for Baltimore late in this game. The very first pitch that Baltimore sees from our relief staff, and it's Tyler O'Neill taking his 3rd home run of the postseason for 383 feet. And now Baltimore has a commanding lead, 4-2, and this game complexion just got a whole lot uglier. Now that there's nobody on, I'm going to leave Majinski in, and he will get a ground out from Mountcastle to Triolo. We've got our first bounce back out, but we need to keep this game right here. It's been hard enough just to get 2 runs, and now we need 2 more. He misses there in the center, but Rutschman, luckily, can only pop out to left field for Reynolds. Jorge Mateo now back around, averaging 222. It's 0-2 against him, and he pops that up just behind first base. Spencer Horowitz will plant himself there, and we've got it. And we'll see yet another change. Brian Baker steps out to the mound after 2 1/3 innings pitched in the postseason. He's been good, but he has been sparsely used. Reminds me of how we're using Santana or Bednar. But here in the situation, they call on Baker, and he gets a strikeout to begin the top of the 8th. And Max Schumann is back around, 2-1 against him. He makes pretty good contact there, late on the timing, though, as he's underneath it, and that's out number 2 to right field. And we are running out of outs now. Top of the 8th, Baltimore recently taken the lead. It's got to be feeling pretty comfortable right now, and it's 1-1 against Horowitz. That's another good one to go after, and we get it on the good timing into center field. A ground ball, bobbled a little bit out there, but not enough to do anything for us, as Horowitz is one of the slowest guys that I've ever seen. 19 speed is pretty atrocious. We take a slider inside, and it's now 3-1 against Jared Triolo. I don't think we're going to fatigue out Brian Baker here, but I'd like to get somebody. Yep, there we go. And that's another walk. We've been doing really well with some of these guys getting walks and on base. And there's now 2 men on and 2 out with Gonzalez. I said he might get an at-bat, but it depends on the situation. And Baker is a righty on the mound, so I want to switch the DH over. Let's get that lefty matchup. And we're going to see if Emmanuel Rodriguez has any more magic left for us. We called him in to pinch hit against the Dodgers, and he had an incredibly good timed hit. It was clutch, got us an RBI, and part of what got us here to the World Series. So he's back in. 2-2 against Brian Baker right now. Energy is still probably 70%. He's fine. Good take there. It's underneath, and it's 3-2. 2 men on and 2 out. Full count as we only have 4 outs left to go before we're done with game 1. And he chops that, and it goes through. No, Gunnar Henderson's able to get it, and that will end the top of the 8th. Incredibly clutch of Gunnar Henderson to get there. And man, that one stings. We're going to leave in Majinski as the home run ball could happen to anybody. I just want to see if we can get another inning out of him or at least an out or 2. I'll take some favorable matchups if we can, but right now, as we're so late in this game, I don't think that Majinski is a much bigger risk than just about anybody, so I can try to preserve the bullpen a little bit. Gunnar Henderson at the plate, 2-0, and that's a miss, dead center, and he'll take that, another no-doubt home run for Baltimore, as the power has been what they have relied on to get them ahead, and it is now 5-2 at Oriole Park, Camden Yards. Baltimore, with a stellar last half of this game, has gotten themselves out of trouble and gotten themselves the lead based on the long ball and some solid defense and pitching behind them. Really, really tough to keep the morale up right now. 0-2 against Cowser. Hit to Schumann, and he cannot grab that. Do we have time? No, not even that goes right for us. Cowser with a 2-out infield single. And now Kobe Mayo. Surely we can get him out. Yes, he will pop up in a foul territory for Spencer Horwitz. And we're down to the final inning of play here in Baltimore. And for that, they will bring out Cade Smith, the closer that has taken the place of Felix Bautista. And he does have a little bit of an ERA through 2 2/3, so he's been scored on. Not immaculate. It's 1-2 at the top of our order now. Cruz swinging at the sweeper will go down. That's the first out. You would expect that 1-2-3 would be able to put up a fight here, and we do with Brian Reynolds into the gap in left center field, and that's a 1-out double. So, all right, we're not quite out of it. Got Joey Bart at the plate. Yeah, so man scoring position. 3 and 4 due up. Bart has had some really good moments. He has been kind of fading as his average has come down to 189. He was really instrumental at the beginning of the postseason for us, but lately it's just not been him. And oh, wow, he says, watch what you say about Joey Barrels. There we go. Deep to left center field, really deep actually, 460 feet. And Joey Bart says, I'm back. Did you miss me? Wow. 460 feet, 111 off of the bat. And all of a sudden, we've got a serious game again. Starting to write this one off as we were down by 3, but with 1 out, Jack Stawinski's to the plate. And one swing of the bat can be all the difference here. He's had so many moments. He's had a lot of power, and he's 2 for 4 today, averaging 340. This could be the guy. Cade Smith might be rattled as he's missed twice in a row. Gets us to swing on the splitter. All right, 2-1. Too early on that, and it's a bad pitch to swing at anyways, but he got us. We'll watch that one. That's a hard take, but 3-1 now with Montgomery on deck. That inspires much confidence there. Did we hold back? Yes, we did. Fantastic. Jack Stawinski will draw yet another walk for the Pirates. This has been a really, really good game for walks for us, which is ironic because we've also been striking out. So, I don't know. It's a mixed bag, I guess. Little column A, little column B. And Montgomery, no. It was good timing, but weak contact as he launches it high in foul territory near first. Mountcastle brings it in, and we're at our final out. It's going to be Max Schumann with the last opportunity. We'll watch that sweeper inside. It's 2-1. Cade Smith very near closing this thing. Tying run on base. And Schumann, the second, they take the short route, and Baltimore will seal the deal. That is the first game of the World Series donezo. And they will celebrate in Baltimore tonight, as we're going to have to rethink a few things. It was not a terrible game for us. They just had the long ball working for them. Sometimes it goes that way. I don't know if it's mistakes per se. I don't know if it's just them capitalizing, but it's tough. For the offense today, we got 9 hits. We got 6 walks, and that might be the most that I've done in a play session here with the Pirates. I do believe it is. We did strike out 10 times, which is bad, but it's not abysmal. So I didn't do terrible, I don't feel like. We got a quality start out of Skeens, but ultimately he'll take the loss. Majinski, of course, was the real problem, I would say. But the next game is scheduled to be Andrew Abbott versus Framber Valdez. And hopefully we can bounce back in game 2 and not get too far in the hole before coming home to Pittsburgh. I'll see you guys very soon, and let's hopefully get some momentum starting next.